You don't have authority. You don't have authority to arrest U.S. citizens.
Sir,
You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. You don't have the, I'm not obstructing. I'm standing right here in the hallway.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already found us, we're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel, where we try our best to post at least one cooking video a week. We've been a little bit busy. We try to post at least one cooking video a week, and then we do our best to post at least one Second Amendment related video per week as well. We've been obviously a little bit busy. We moved to a new location here, a bigger location, secondary location that we've been telling you guys that we're going to be moving to, so we can make these videos with a little bit more room, a little bit more space, so we can do the cooking content, and then obviously our Sunday-Gunday content that we like posting on Sundays as usual. It's been a while. We've been a little bit busy, obviously moving and trying to get everything in place. We finally moved to the secondary location here, so we're just trying to get back on track. It's been a bit, but we decided to post some content tonight related to our Sunday-Gunday content. Obviously tonight's not Sunday, it's Monday. It's Monday evening here in South Florida. We went ahead and we've posted at least one video dedicated to each one of these topics, content related to the cooking channel. We've posted one video so far here at the location, nothing too crazy. And then we've posted about one video so far. We did a video in Spanish the other day at this location. We did a gun review on the, I believe it was the Glock 10mm in Spanish for Spanish speakers. We're trying to broaden the channel and just get some more subscribers, and the best way we can do that is if we can reach out to our community that doesn't speak the language, doesn't speak English. So we try our best to, try to include everyone. We've got viewers from all over the world: Germany, Brazil, all kinds of locations, United Kingdom, and other areas, France, Canada, and also here in the United States. So we went ahead and did that video the other day in Spanish so that we can get some more people to subscribe to the channel. It worked out. Everything seems fine so far. So for tonight, we're gonna post, we've already included some clips in the beginning of this video that you guys are able to see before this intro. A few clips of some of the chaos that we're seeing on the news. I don't have to remind you guys of what we've been going through here for the last few months. We're seeing a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict between law enforcement and the public. A lot of stuff that we're seeing on the news, a lot of craziness that we don't want to continue to see, but we're seeing it. It's not going to end. I mean, this is not going to be something that just goes away. So we just wanted to post this video for tonight. We're going to title this video Law Enforcement Under Attack. Law enforcement is under attack. We don't have to put it any more clear than that. We're seeing it. The public is free to do what they want. We're free as a society to do what we want. That's why we live here in the United States. We have privileges that we're entitled to those privileges, and want to be able to explore those privileges and protest. First Amendment. First Amendment related activities and stuff like that we're entitled, as a society here in the United States. Some countries, you wouldn't be able to get away with that kind of thing, but here we still have that stuff in place. So we're seeing a lot of ugliness. So we just wanted to post this video tonight just to put some stuff on the, put some content on the channel. It's been a while. We're gonna go through our disclosure for tonight, and then we'll get more into detail on what we're trying to talk about for tonight. It's gonna be a short one. It's not gonna be anything too crazy. So welcome back to the channel as usual. William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel. This is Sunday-Gunday. I don't know what episode it is. I can't remember what the last episode was. We'll put it in the description on this video. We post gun reviews, content related to emergency equipment, medical equipment, safety tips, navigating in uncertain times that we're living in, very uncertain times. This channel is for educational purposes only. We preach lawful self-defense. We're by no means gun fanatics. We're not giving any legal advice, of course. We're just giving you guys, trying to give you voice our opinions, and simply just trying to tell you guys what you should and should not do, and we're not claiming to be firearms experts by any means. We're just giving you reasons why you should maintain your firearms, responsibly maintain those firearms, and what you should and should not do with them. Message to the trolls: as usual, we get trolls on the channel all the time, posting all kinds of weird content in the comment section. We're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to entertain it. We're just simply going to block you. We're not going to give you a response. So that's the message to the trolls. We're coming from 16 years of law enforcement experience myself. I've been employed as an armed security guard in the state of Florida since 2010. So 16 years doing the same job. I've been employed with companies like Wackenhut here in the United States. Been employed with the Blackwater Agency. Been employed with the federal government, Department of Homeland Security, federal government for a short period of time, and currently a police officer here in the state of Florida. I've been a police officer in the state of Florida since January of 2014 doing that job. So that's just some experience that we're coming from, so you guys are aware what our background is and what we're trying to, the message we're trying to spread on this channel. All right, so for tonight, it's going to be law enforcement under attack. We're seeing all kinds of stuff on the news. People are attacking law enforcement. The public, it's not everybody, obviously. Everybody's free to do what they want to do. You know, people want to sit there and record law enforcement. They want to sit there and protest and you know, just give their opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. That's completely legal. But it's completely legal until it becomes illegal, until you start attacking law enforcement. We're seeing a lot of that on the news. We're seeing a lot of it on videos, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're seeing all this stuff on these platforms that we collaborate with. Again, you know, we left that part out. We're collaborating with 3 channels on YouTube: Gun Freak Nation, Trey 57 Production, and the Alert Zone TV. These are 3 channels on YouTube that we collaborate with. But a lot of these videos that we're seeing are on these platforms. You know, people are recording, going on TikTok and posting all kinds of content, altercations with law enforcement while they're trying to execute their legal duties, their official duties, official capacity. You know, we have people interfering with law enforcement. You know, it's not right. You know, some of it is all right, you know, as long as, you know, you're not directly interfering with law enforcement, not taking away from their ability to do their job. But we're seeing a lot of it. We've had a lot of these people basically interfering and encroaching law enforcement. So basically getting within their vicinity when they're trying to execute their duties, trying to make an arrest, performing a detention of somebody that might be suspected of committing a crime, or suspected of you know, having done some kind of a crime or being involved in some kind of a crime. And we're seeing all kinds of stuff happening on the news. Obviously, nowadays, officer presence is not like it was in the good old days. You know, the good old days, you know, we're talking about maybe 16 years ago when I started. Officer presence alone, you know, a uniformed officer, maybe a uniformed officer or patrol car was a presence that people respected, greatly respected. We're not seeing that anymore. We're seeing ambushes. We're seeing law enforcement being ambushed by several people. You know, it's like a civil war that we're seeing here in the United States. It's something that we shouldn't be having happen, but it's happening. We're seeing it all over the place. We're having law enforcement having bricks thrown at them, having all kinds of debris thrown at them, physical attacks. We have law enforcement being spit on. There's no respect. We need to stop this behavior. You know, this behavior is not, it's not to be tolerated. You know, I mean, just as a fellow person, you know, you don't have to be employed in law enforcement. You don't have to be a public servant. You know, obviously our public servants now have a tremendous amount of responsibility that they have with all this chaos going on. And then to top it off, we have people just disrespecting law enforcement, disrespecting our public servants. This behavior is disgusting. I've seen it myself. You know, obviously here in our area, here in South Florida, where we live here, a little bit south of Miami-Dade County, Broward and Miami-Dade County, a little bit south. We're not seeing this because we're a tight community here in the Florida Keys. We don't see too much of this because we're a smaller community. We have ties to one another here, and pretty much everybody here in this area has respect for, regardless of what your profession is. If you're in law enforcement, if you're not, you know, everybody here is pretty much, you know, very tight because of the small community. But we're seeing this stuff throughout the nation, the United States. We're seeing it in Los Angeles. We're seeing it in New York, Chicago. We're seeing it in Miami. We're seeing in all these areas a lot of disrespect towards public servants trying to do their job. You know, a lot of it, you know, we could try to sit here all day long and justify, you know, why this behavior is happening, or why some of these people are deciding to escalate violence and go beyond their First Amendment right to record and document what law enforcement is doing. Obviously, when you provide a service like we're providing as public servants, police officers, firefighters, first responders, obviously the public is who pays our salary. We work for the public. That's the whole reason for the term public servant. We're servants of the public. We have to answer to the public. But some of this behavior that we're seeing is not adding up when we're having to basically accept attack from the public, accept disrespect and violence and all kinds of craziness that we're seeing on the news. Regardless of what your political views might be, if you're left, if you're on the right, if you're in the middle, if you're, you know, we don't put any labels here on this channel. We don't label ourselves. We don't try to talk crazy and talk all this politic and all this. We don't do any of that on this channel. We just simply want to do the right thing. We want people to do the right thing. We don't want to see any more of this behavior. We're seeing all kinds of craziness on the news. We're seeing people being detained for certain crimes, and people getting involved, people physically attacking law enforcement where they're trying to do their job. We might not agree with everything. You know, I don't agree with everything that's going on. I don't disagree with everything that's going on. But at the end of the day, we have to maintain law and order. We have to be better than this. This is unacceptable behavior. We don't need to be attacking our public servants. If there's something that you see that you're not on board with, if there's something that you believe is not right, if there's something that you believe to be a violation of any kind of right or anybody else's rights, the time to conduct that trial or conduct that trial or that accusation is in a courtroom. It's not your job, or it's not your time to conduct that type of behavior on the side of the road. You're not going to win. Law enforcement is equipped to handle all this chaos and all these situations when it comes to people being unruly, people being violent, people reaching extremes where they're no longer being reasonable, they're being violent, they're using violence, they're using force against other persons, whether it be another member of the public, whether it be somebody employed in law enforcement, whether it be a public official, any of that kind of stuff, that stuff needs to be handled in a courtroom. That's why we have a legal system. We have a legal system in place for a reason. If you feel like you've been wronged for any reason, or somebody else that you've observed being wrong, and you want to take that up, you need to take that up with the courts. You need to do it in a legal and civil manner. You don't need to be doing it on the side of the street where you're going to get people hurt, people injured. These people have families. These people are employed in law enforcement, public servants. They're employed, they have a job to do. They've been instructed to do that job in a lawful manner. And these people do not need to be put at risk because you disagree with some policy or some policy or some law that's been put in place that you don't agree with. You don't need to be handling court on the side of the road. You need to take it up with the courts. You need to go go ahead and take it up with the courts and go ahead and do it in a legal, justified manner in a courtroom, not on the side of the street, because you're not going to win. All right, we're seeing all kinds of stuff. We're seeing politicians being arrested for voicing their concerns at certain meetings, or I don't know if they're meetings or I don't know what gatherings. We're seeing all kinds of stuff like this happening. We've seen it on the news. We've seen politicians. We had the comptroller, I believe it was in New York City, the comptroller of New York City was arrested at one of these meetings. I don't know if he was voicing his concerns or if he got belligerent during one of these meetings, and was physically taken by ICE, restrained with his hands behind his back. He was handcuffed and he was removed. We had another politician, I don't remember what state it was. I think it might have been Florida. I can't remember. A couple of weeks ago, we had another public official that was taken into custody by federal agents. I don't know if it was ICE or if it was another federal agency, Homeland Security Investigations. I don't know exactly what agency it was, but also physically detained and grabbed, physically removed from the meeting or the gathering, whatever it was, and removed, cuffed, detained, and then eventually released. We're seeing a lot of this stuff. This stuff shouldn't be happening. I don't, once again, I don't agree with all of it. I'm not an extremist. I'm not somebody that's going to sit here and tell you, this is the way it has to be. It's not 100%. Everybody's going through this right now. Everybody's experiencing this situation that we're going through. We're not 100% on what's going on, but we need to maintain order. If we don't establish some kind of order and return to the previous relationship that the public had between the civilians and the police, we're going to be in big trouble. We're already in big trouble with what we're seeing on the news. We don't want this to continue. We just want to be able to have law and order. We need to have law and order. This is not the way the country was meant to be. This is not the way that it's ever been. This is the first time that I've seen any of this stuff, on the news or in person. I've witnessed it. I'm employed in law enforcement. We're in a small community once again here in South Florida, but I've witnessed a lot of ugliness, a lot of people giving law enforcement dirty looks, and not obeying simple commands, simple things. It's gotten out of control, and we just need to be able to regain some type of order, because if we don't, we're going to be in big trouble. Once again, this is a short one for tonight. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to continue to post more videos from this location now that we got all set up here. We have our shout outs that we're going to do now, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. Once again, we have Gun Freak Nation on YouTube. Collaborate with us. It's a Second Amendment advocate that we're collaborating with on YouTube. We do a lot of videos with. We do live sometimes when we have time. They do all kinds of videos like fair use videos and gun reviews, medical equipment reviews, and all kinds of other good content. We have the Alert Zone TV with Uncle James. It's another Second Amendment advocate that we collaborate with on YouTube. Very good content, fair use videos, gun reviews. And then we have finally Trey 57 Production. Trey 57 Production is another Second Amendment advocate that we collaborate with. We try our best to keep in touch with on this channel. You know, post all kinds of good content. Want you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe to their channels if you haven't already done so, and if you would go ahead and subscribe and like our channel as well. Go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. We're going to try our best to post as much content as we can on here now that we got all set up here in a new location. We're going to come back at you guys this Sunday with another Sunday-Gunday video. We're going to try to you know, do some research and see if we can come up with a good topic for this one. You know, maybe we'll come up with some medical equipment review or some other good content, maybe a fair use video that we get off the internet. But for tonight, that's it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.